Richard, what are you doing? You can't be doing this. You can't be doing this to me. Guys, PulseX coin. Nothing is going to be able to beat this coin. This is going to be the most insane coin you've ever seen. We got the new scoop on PulseX from Richard Hart himself. We're reading his tweet. It just came out less than 24 hours ago. Let's get into it. I was laughing at the start because I didn't think this coin could get better. And Richard's like, you know what? I'm going to dunk on every other crypto in the world. How do we do that? Well, let me explain. So basically, he's showing off how him and his devs are figuring out how to implement a staking feature where you just stake your PLSX, your PulseX, without any other coin. So you just have PulseX, and you put it in a pool. It's just PulseX in there. You're just a share of everybody else's PulseX that decides to put it in this pool, and you have no impermanent loss, which means you don't lose value or anything, or have a potential worse return than if you had just held the token. You're not risking anything. You're literally placing your coins in this smart contract, and just the simple fact that you have money in PulseX, it goes, oh, okay, you have PulseX, we're going to give you this free yield token. It's free money, guys. How do you beat free money? That's what they're building here. That's what this is. You just stake some tokens, you earn high APR, it's low risk. That's it. Now, in all this background stuff, it looks like PancakeSwap. They're just using that as like a background shell while they're figuring out the back end stuff. But basically, you're not actually going to be making more PulseX, and you can't auto compound in order to buy up PulseX with your incentive token, because if that worked, then the buy and burn function would be automatic as well. So what we're likely to see is just a single pool where you can place your PulseX, and you will just see a steady stream. You'll just see this number go up. Oh, you now have this many incentive token, this many, this many, this many per block. That's how much you're earning. And then when that incentive token has a USD value, you're just going to see this USD value going up, 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 up. Oh, it's all free money. You're not risking anything. You can withdraw your money anytime. There's no time lock. There's no delaying. It's just, hey, I have this card that says I can get free money, and then you hand it to the contract, and it goes, yep, you can have free money. What? Guys, this is just extra. This is on top of what we already were expecting, all these awesome things from PulseX, which I'm going to get to. I have a Word document. You can't see the name of it because it's cut out. But basically, it's worlddomination.exe. So let's go there. Let's check it out. So this is PulseX. Oh, I think I was in the way of that stuff the whole time. We'll see. Go back here. Let's just go over some history for PulseX, the new DEX token that's going to be for the premier DEX on pulsechain. PulseX. It's deflationary immediately. There will never, ever, 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 ever be more PulseX in existence than on day 1 of the pulsechain launch. Alright. That means you're never going to get diluted. If you've sacrificed, no one can ever get more than you by creating more supply. No one. No one's going to get this extra supply that you're not getting a part of it, so then you're getting diluted. There's no inflation that you're not getting. It's immediately, you own this chunk of not the network, but like you own a chunk of the percentage total, and no one can reduce your chunk ever. So that's awesome. That's just great for maintaining value. Each individual one won't go down in value over time because there's more supply. It will never happen. So if there's ever increased demand, well, the supply didn't increase, did it? So I guess the price is going up. Woo! Let's go. I'll try not to laugh too hard in this video. Everyone makes fun of me. So anyway, only sacrificers get it. That's it. If you want to get PulseX and you don't have it, There's no way to use other coins or anything else to farm it or become a miner or a validator and get more of it. You literally have to market buy it. That's it. Good luck. Good luck not pushing the price up when you get in, if you're not already in. But if you've been watching my videos, we've been knowing about this and the awesomeness of it for like months now. So hopefully you're liking the channel, you're subscribing, hitting the bell so you get this information as soon as possible. Some of this stuff, crypto moves fast, guys. There's like so many memes and jokes about how like 1 month in crypto is like 2 years in the stock market and stuff like that. It's true, guys. Like, this is innovation after innovation after innovation, because like you can't stop it. Like, it doesn't matter what regulations come out, you can't regulate something that's decentralized. It's just like you can't regulate information. So people are able to create this awesome new stuff that just goes up in value because it's built better. All right, so then we got, what else can PulseX do? It's the only coin, as far as we know so far, Richard has said, it's the only coin that controls the DAO, which is just another name for like governance. And they get to decide which pools get rewards in the incentive token, which isn't PulseX. We're not giving out PulseX to anybody, remember? So we get to decide, oh, maybe we give it to a PulseX pool, but then there'd be more liquidity there, and you wouldn't really want that if you want the price to be able to move easier from the automatic buying and burning, which we'll get into. But you can basically decide, oh, Hex is going to get, Hex pair is going to get more of the value, more of the incentive token. Or maybe they choose other tokens that have huge audiences, because that's going to help bring more value into the network, because we want to onboard new people into our system, not just get all the old guys and keep the pie small and we all get like a bigger piece of that smaller pie. We want to make the pie as big as possible by inviting as many people, being as inviting as possible to as many people as possible. And so we, as PulseX holders, are the only ones who get to decide who gets the incentive token and how much. So they can also decide how much their single staking pool gets, guys. Wow. That's crazy. That's insane. There's also the huge potential of the buy and burn. Coming from the address that gets it, that we have no expectations of, that address gets basically 24% of the fee of every trade. And remember, that's of the fee. I'm not saying 24% of every transaction. It's 24% of every fee, so it's, one layer below. So that all goes into one address, the 24%. The rest go to the LPs, 76% of it. They get that percent of the fee. And that address, its original intention was to have 21% of the fee be used for buy and burn of PulseX only. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know that 21%, with just $1 billion of volume a day, that's $600,000 of buy pressure. $600,000 into only PulseX from selling every other coin in the ecosystem. So this address is constantly getting little pieces of fees from every other coin on the platform, from every trade, little bits, From each individual coin, it's not much, but when you have thousands of coins with billions of dollars being thrown around, it becomes hundreds of thousands of dollars very quickly. And that's with if we're reaching levels that PancakeSwap and stuff have, which I don't think is going to be very hard when we have even more pairs than any other DEX in the world has. We should have at least 2x more pairs. And so with all that extra pairing and all that extra trading and arbitrage, I think we're going to see even more volume than we've seen in other DEXs. And we're also going to benefit as PulseX holders from that extra buy volume. It's not just you get to be the house in this system. You get to decide who gets the incentive token. So basically you're the Federal Reserve deciding who gets the inflation first. Okay, we're Federal Reserve. Awesome. Then you get to get all this, you just get bought up. You get to experience appreciation because anybody who puts liquidity in the PulseX pool, that gets bought into by potentially this address that gets 21% of fees, getting 600K a day on $1 billion of volume, which is like not even that much. And so that's just constantly happening. It's every day. It's not a one-time thing. So that can add up very quickly. And that's just extra. That's if no one else buys. If no one buys anything, the price goes up. It's crazy. Now, while it's being bought up and you're experiencing all this appreciation, people are like, "Oh, aren't people going to sell it? What's the use case for PulseX?" Well, only people who hold PulseX can actually stake their PulseX and earn the incentive token with zero risk other than the contract risk, which, as we've seen Richard Hart and his team create with Hex, it had zero hacks, zero problems for over 2 years. So over 2 years, absolutely no problems, 100% flawless uptime. That's what we have to look forward to. So we can say no risk, pretty much. You're not at monetary risk other than the contract, something be going wrong with the contract, which is not very likely to happen. That's why it's low risk. And so only PulseX holders get to have basically this ticket that says I can earn free money in this other token, and that yield that I earn isn't even in the same token that I'm putting up. And so what this means is you're getting this coin as like, this is like real yield, because you're getting something that doesn't even push down the value of the thing that you're using. Like in Hex, you have to sell Hex to realize that inflationary yield. So you're pushing the price down as you're, basically as you're making that yield available to you in what you want, like US dollars, you're reducing the value of all your other Hex. But if you have PulseX and you're getting the yield in this other token, you're selling that token's price down. PulseX didn't go down. It's earning you more of it. Like, it's earning you more of that token while you're just selling the price of that other token down. So you're literally just getting like this free yield that doesn't even push down the price of your whole PulseX bag, which is like a lot of like Pancake and all those. They're pushing Cake down to capture any of that yield that they're creating. If you double the supply in Cake, those people are selling Cake down, and there's more supply to realize that yield. So like the price gets super wrecked by that. It's like, oh, it's half as rare. If you double the supply, it's half as rare. And then you're to realize any of that inflation to be actually like, if you didn't want just Cake, then you have to sell the price down too. So it's half as rare. So you hope you doubled how many people wanted to buy it, because it's twice as available now. Otherwise, you're going to see probably price dip. And then there's also the fact that oh my gosh, yeah, you're pushing the price down if you get the coins. Like, you have to push the price down. You have to sell it. So this is just insane. You're earning yield that doesn't even push the price down of the thing that you're using. That's awesome. It's the only coin with this ability. It's the only one. Deflationary earns another coin. Only way to get it is to buy it, pushing the price up. There's also just this big buyer Barry who comes in every once in a while, and he just goes, 600K. What? What is that? This guy, how do you beat this coin, which sucks up economic value from everything else, funnels it to itself? People are staking it. They're not selling it because they know they can sell this other token that they get for free, basically, almost zero risk. They can sell that down to pay any bills they have. And what bills do they have to stake a coin? They don't even have to, like, these people, they're just, if you're a PulseX holder, you're freaking golden. You're crushing the game. I've never seen a coin with this much, like, it's like, why would you ever sell PulseX? Who's selling PulseX? You get this like free yield on top now. What? I wasn't gonna sell PulseX before, but now you're gonna have to fight me to like sell one. You're gonna be like, you better get me in a weird state to get me to sell one of these things, Because it's a new money printer, guys. We talk about Hex as a money printer, and you get a second money printer on pulsechain because now you doubled your stakes. Well, PulseX is a money printer that doesn't print more of itself because it's deflationary and only it can only go down in how much is available, and then you're getting paid in this other token. So that's your yield. That's a new money printer. Pulse is also kind of a money printer. You can get more Pulse by getting some of the fees of the network by delegating, and that's where like a sink of the supply of Pulse will go. But PulseX doesn't get it in itself, guys. This is huge. You can sell down the price of this other coin that doesn't even affect PulseX, and PulseX can keep being more valuable. The more use case that the coin it's getting for free has as well pumps the value of PulseX, because PulseX is the only one that can get it with risk free. Everybody else has to become a liquidity provider, and they have to risk impermanent loss. Like if the one goes up really high, they don't actually experience all those gains. And so any value that comes to that utility token, not utility, incentive token, that's going to pump PulseX as well. So what? This is crazy, guys. Yo, this PulseX Permeable. I think might be a maxi now. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I love this. I love this community. It's been so great making content for you guys. Feel free to help me out by liking the video. Just that's awesome. I really appreciate that. Hit the bell if you want to find out this information and understand stuff as soon as possible when it comes out. And I'm just gonna say peace out on this one. Good talking to you guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time.